And welcome back. This is your man Warrior, and I am sure you have heard all about this, but if not, I wanted to go over this really quick with you. This is pretty exciting. This is some of the things that I said, if I was going to come back, I would want them to do. This is about the 5th anniversary and some of the kind of changes that they're going to be doing in the game. It's very specifically character shards, essentially characters that are over a year old, that are not specifically like high-end characters that are galactic challenges, things like that, but characters over a year old are going to be getting twice the drop rate. That's basically the story in a nutshell. TDLR, if you want to get out of here, you can do that. But for everybody else, we're going to talk a little bit more about it, how it impacts the shard shop and things as such. We'll go over that. I'm not all about just reading all of this, but we do want to go over some of the characters and how that is going to impact the game a little bit and talk just a little bit about that. So really just the big thing is they said it's going to be the 5th anniversary, so they wanted to kind of bring something out for that. They normally do some gifts, so that's pretty cool, and they wanted to do some things for the newer player. This isn't going to be as advantageous, obviously, for some of the older players who've been around for a long time, but for the newer player, the character shards are a huge hurdle. Getting a character to 7 stars when you're free to play all of this can impact somebody who's wanting to farm a specific character, because it can take 6 months. I remember my very first farm was first order TIE pilot was like 6 months. That was one of the worst. And he's on this list is going to be an accelerated farm. So that's pretty exciting. 6 months is just ridiculous. And so like the worst case scenario, 3 months for a character is going to be awesome. Might even be faster than that. So here's the details. The original drop rate is going to be made up of new and exclusive characters. That's the original drop rate, what we're used to. So those are new or exclusive characters. This is going to include raid characters, journey guide characters, territory battle characters, or other certain high value currencies. And then this also includes all the ship blueprints. Now, I do disagree with this. I think pretty much all of the ship blueprints outside of maybe the capital ships at this point in the game, pretty much almost all of them should be included, so I hope that they reconsider this. And then accelerated characters are going to be those found on nodes or the stores. These are the stores where we buy their currency, and then the nodes that have been out for a long time. Now, the new marquee characters, such as the Mandalorian characters that are out right now, those characters are going to be accelerated basically after 1 year of release. So after they've been in the game for approximately 12 months, then they'll be put into the accelerated category. So that's pretty exciting. Let's take a look here. So the combat nodes, instead of 1 shard, as a drop rate, they're going to now have a double drop rate. So it's just naturally going to have a double drop rate. And then when double drops occur, instead of 2, they're going to be 4. So that's pretty exciting. You're going to be able to get characters up really quick who are on this list. So we're going to go over that list here in a second. And then store shipments, when you go and get HK47, instead of having 5 for the currency, it's going to have 10 for the currency. So that's really exciting as well. This includes Galactic War and non-journey guide events, such as assault battles and whatnot. Now, this doesn't include quests. They're already built in, or achievements. Those are already built in. It doesn't include the data cards due to technical issues. Now, it says Bronzium data cards, but I would assume if it includes Bronzium data cards, it includes other data cards. Now, I haven't got this confirmed by the developers yet, but if it affects one data card, it probably affects them all. So I would not be looking at all the other data cards as exploratory. I would not be going and thinking all these other data cards are going to be good. They're probably less valuable now, for sure. They weren't valuable to begin with, and I wouldn't have recommended them to begin with, but just know that. So they're going to look at the possibility of fixing those down the road. Now, the accelerated farm characters, they're going to keep the same conversion in the shard shop, 1 shard, 15, and the original rate characters are going to have their conversion doubled, 1 for 30, because they're worth half as much. You're going to get twice as many. For ships, they are going to double 1 for 38, which was, they used to be 1 for 18 because of that. And then all shard shop store items are going to cost twice as much to double the income. Basically what they're saying is they don't want the shard shop currency now to all of a sudden get out of control. People are going to be getting tons of excess shard shop currency. It's going to inflate artificially, and you're going to be able to get a ton of stuff in the shard shop. They don't want that. So basically they're going to make everything in the shard shop worth twice as much because you're getting twice as much shard shop. So as these changes happen, Note that the shards remain worth the same buying power, basically, no matter when you cash them in. So in the future, when a character or ship moves from the original or accelerated group, the exchange rate is going to adjust accordingly. Hopefully that doesn't break and they don't not fix that. So TDLR is basically accelerated characters now going to reach 7 stars twice as quickly for characters. This is assuming drop rates, because 0 times 0 is still 0. That's right. I went ahead and hit the spoiler so you could see some of these character lists. So we've got Ayla, Admiral Akbar, Ahsoka, Fulcrum as well. Amilyn Holdo is really good because obviously you're going to need her for a GL. ARC Trooper, he's obviously an important character. So there is some of the B1, B2 battle droids, Bastila, Bastila Fallen. So that's really good. If you're going down here, you've got some of the, Boss, Cad Bane, Boba Fett, that's really cool. Canderous Ordo. Some of these are going to really speed up some of those earlier game farms that you're really looking to do with, General Grievous teams, or, if you're trying to go for the Revan teams early on, like regular Revan or Darth Revan. So this is really pretty good. Cartho Nassi, man, those were some tough burn farms, but here you go. Echo 5s, Rex, all of these. And some of these are going to be in the shipments. Instead of 5, they're going to be 10 a pop when you go and buy them. So that's pretty awesome. When I say buy, I mean get in the currency stores that they're available in. So that's pretty cool. Eth Koth Droideka, which is already pretty awesome. Embo, the Ewoks, of course. All the Phoenix squads, First Order. Look at all the First Order: Executioner, Officer, Pilot, TIE Pilots, Special Forces TIE Pilots, Stormtrooper, which is an obligatory farm, right? Hux, General Hux is going to be in here, which is surprising to me because he hasn't even been in the game that I'm aware of for a full year, but he's going to be in the accelerated list, and I haven't even finished him 7 stars. So for me, that's like the one character that really makes me excited because I'm definitely still trying to get Hux leveled up to 7 stars. So I will see some benefit from this. Of course, the Geonosians, HK, of course, some of the older ones, some of the older droids, Imperial Super Commando, some of the older ones, some of the Jedi, some of the Rebels, Kylo Ren Unmasked. I mean, these are some of the, if you're going to go for First Order, Mission. So Mission's great. Some of the Night Sisters. I mean, there's just a ton in here, really, honestly. Basically anything over a year that you need to farm for those other special characters are going to be in here. A lot of the Resistance characters, great Shock T's in here. So this is awesome. Some of the Sith characters. Sunfac, man, I remember the days when he was super hard to get. That was a long time ago. TIE Fighter Pilot, the veteran smugglers. Oh my gosh, the people who had to spend so much time dragging their farms on, veteran smuggler Chewie, veteran smuggler Han Solo. Both of these are now just going to Vandor Chewbacca. That was a tough one, a really long, tough one. Now he's on here, so that's really, really great. Zalbar, for Mission and Zalbar, that whole group of them are going to be on here, so that's really, really great. I'm excited to see this. So thoughts on this is it's going to impact, of course, when you're farming those precursory characters, when you're trying to go and get Revan, when you're trying to get Darth Revan, when you're trying to get, some of the lower end characters, like you're trying to get Emperor Palpatine at first, or you're trying to set up for the Phoenix Squad or some of those. You're going to be able to do that lightning fast now. Instead of it taking, especially think about Phoenix, you could farm 5 Phoenix characters basically simultaneously. There's 2 of them that you farm in Cantina at the same time. But aside from that, the other 3 you can farm simultaneously. So basically 4 at the same time. But you're going to get them twice as fast. So instead of a 4 to 6 month farm, it's going to be a 2 to 4 month farm max to have them 7 star. And that's the star rate, the rarity rate. And the thing is stars compete with gear because you're putting your energy either into the gear or into the star rate with your energy most of the time. And so that's the problem, is you're spending your time in that, especially when you're free to play. This is going to allow for you to really focus on getting your star count up on a character and then allow for you to focus more on the gear when needed here and there. So this is really, really cool. Again, the fact that we're going to be able to do this basically a year in on most characters. Again, like I said, they've talked about the premium characters that are not going to have this. So just think about that when you think about a premium character. Their definition is, again, going to be raid characters, that's obvious, journey guide characters, the territory battle characters. These are characters you have to earn through a specific spot in the game. Otherwise, I'm pretty excited about this. I think this is going to really help new or mid-level player characters, and even me with General Hux, it's going to help me with that. So for anyone who's just kind of playing to have fun and whatnot, this should be very, very beneficial. I really hope this helps really figure this out. It's not going to give you a bunch of extra currency because they're going to change and adjust the shard shop to give you the exact same conversion. So if you're getting twice as many shards of a character, they're going to be worth half as much, essentially, in the shard shop. So that's basically how it's going to be worth. The premium are going to be worth more, the regular are going to be worth less, that kind of thing. So your shard shop currency, if you've got a certain amount now, they're going to double it and then everything in the shard shop is going to be worth twice as much. So don't freak out when they do this, when you go into a shard shop and something you've bought for 300 is now 600, because whatever currency you had in there, let's say you had 1,000 currency, you'll instantly have 2,000 currency in there. They're going to have it all be ratioed to be the same as it is today. It's just going to be the same ratio, if that makes sense. It's just going to look more expensive, and that's all. Anyway, hope this message meets you guys well. Hope you guys have a wonderful time. As always, keep your gaming on. Warrior out.